Welcome back to CentralValleyTalk.com with Mike Briggs and Athena. I met this awesome lady, Kimi. It was so funny how we met each other. We became instant friends. She's got a little daughter. I have a little boy. And we were doing, it was Santa. Wasn't it Santa in Old Town Clovis?
It was the carriage rides downtown Clovis.
Seeing Santa and just around downtown Clovis. And we just started talking and we became fast friends. Done a couple things together. And I'm like, so what is it that you do again? And when Kimi told me, something about nutrition and, it's just so different, I said, oh my God, we have to have you on the air with us soon.
Thank you.
Because we're doing a whole show about health and wellness.
Yeah.
What is it called again, Kimi?
Nutrigenomics.
I can't say it.
It's
my God.
how nutrition and food-based compounds can alter gene expression.
Oh my goodness.
So we don't have to be locked in by our genetics and by our family medical history.
Okay, so you have to tell us more about this. And you said the Today Show did a little thing on it?
Yeah, in 2018, it wasn't that long ago, they did a whole spotlight on nutrigenomics, this new area of research which our company has been pioneering, and how it's going to be an over $17 billion market by 2023.
Wow.
So this whole personalized health market where we can actually start affecting our DNA, which is something we've never been able to touch before. And obviously that gives a lot of hope to people.
Yes.
I have cancer, Alzheimer's, cardiovascular disease in my family.
Me too. Well, yeah, me too.
That's not uncommon.
No.
It seems like everybody has that.
Yes.
And healthy eating, exercise, those are all things that really help that expression, but this does so much more that we've never been able to prove or touch before, and it gives me a lot of hope, and I feel compelled to share, and I am it's very important to me.
Oh yes. Okay, so are these like tests, or are these kind of like things that you eat and drink?
Yeah.
Like, are you selling like products?
Yeah, these are. Well, for lack of a better word, they're under the supplement category, but they're not about supplementing your body. They're about activating your body to work as it's supposed to.
Okay.
But as we get older, or as we don't make healthy choices, or as we're affected by pollution or other environmental factors, and our bodies don't act the way that they used to when we were, younger.
I know. Such as my joints and my knees. When I say exercise, I was crazy.
Yes.
And I got to be very careful about this stuff.
Yes. And so joints and knees, oftentimes that's connected with inflammation. And inflammation's become a really big word, and we want to reduce inflammation. But inflammation is a symptom of the root cause, oxidative stress, which is damage that happens in your cells.
Yes.
And so finally we can get to the root of where all that aging and all that disease starts in our cells, addressing it with research that's been validated by major universities, and they're doing their own studies. They're paying for their own studies on these products because it's dropping a lot of jaws of doctors all over the world.
It's very interesting. Do we have like a picture or a video? Do you have the picture, and then we could show the video, and then we'll go back to you, Kimi. See that? So what is that a picture of?
This is just a snapshot of medical institutions, organizations, universities who have already funded their own studies on these products.
Harvard, LSU,
Mayo Clinic. And these studies have been on everything from cardiovascular disease to MS, ALS, to, I'm blanking a lot of skin cancer, ovarian
Alzheimer's or cancer.
There's hundreds more happening that these institutions are funding on their own, because they're saying, if we can reduce this root, well, how does that impact people who have had strokes? How does that impact the progression of diabetes? How does that impact heart disease?
Right.
On and on and on and on. So every system in the body.
So interesting. Let's watch the video so we can find out more about
nutrigenomics.
There you go. It's a brain fart, sorry.
Take a deep breath. Hold it. Now gently exhale. Ironically, while oxygen is necessary for all human life, it is also the element that is at the root of the aging process. That's because oxidative stress, which is a toxic level of reactive oxygen in your cells, is one of the primary causes of cell damage and the adverse effects of aging. It's almost as if your cells were slowly rusting from the inside. There's no stopping the process, but as with rust, there are ways to slow it down, to inhibit the aging process, and even reverse oxidative stress. It's called nutrigenomics, the science of using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect gene behavior and attack the root causes of aging. Another root cause of aging is the depletion of mitochondria in your cells as you age. Mitochondria that are the powerhouses or engines of your cells. Nutrigenomics delivers a one-two punch that creates stronger cells that are better equipped to fight the effects of aging by using the NRF2 pathway to help the body produce more antioxidants and using the NRF1 pathway to boost mitochondrial production, which inhibits the aging process and increases the energy level in your cells. Aging is inevitable. The rust comes back. The engine loses some power. But now we don't have to take aging lying down. LifeVantage's study of nutrigenomics fights the root causes of aging to help people look and feel younger, naturally. LifeVantage, at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
So there's a good overview of what's it all about. Now, when they show the two supplements, those are like your top two, like that's what's going to help you prevent from all these things happening or help.
Right. We can't make any claims. There's a lot of, we have 24 published medical studies peer-reviewed on PubMed.gov, which is where doctors and healthcare professionals go for trusted research.
Yeah.
Because it's gone through not just the study, but a peer-reviewed process so that doctors and healthcare professionals know it's trusted. So we have 24 studies there. We can talk about those studies. We can't make claims, but what we can say is it reduces oxidative stress. And that's the damage that happens in our cells that then, based on our genetics, can surface in our bodies in hundreds of different ways, none of them that you want.
That's true. Well, as the video said, aging is inevitable. The engine and doesn't, go as hard as it, did in the past and all that fun stuff. And I'm 48, and that's still young in some people's eyes. Sometimes I feel like an old lady. I'm like, ooh, this sounds really interesting. And my mother has a beginning of Alzheimer's, dementia, and my dad's like limping. He's got gout. It's like you watch your parents age. You're like, oh my God, I have all this stuff.
Right.
So are those the two top supplements? If someone's interested in this technology and the supplements, how do they
That's where I would
research
start.
everything?
That's where I would start. And a lot of it, this is very new medicine.
Yes.
Very new research. But actually the research we have is up to 15, 20 years old. And so that's why all those studies take years and years and years and years to come through. But I didn't mention this to you, but in 2005, ABC Primetime, they launched an investigative report on our product called Protandim NRF2.
Yeah.
Reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days.
Yeah.
And they launched this investigation to debunk it, because obviously it's not good TV to prove something.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, God.
So on national TV, John Quinones, who's still out and about.
I know.
What would you do? That show?
Oh, I love him.
He's legit. So
I love him.
On national
as soon as you said that, I'm like, that's the what would you do guy.
Yeah. On national TV, his oxidative stress levels decreased by 45% in 12 days, according to blood tests that they did themselves.
Really?
And so
does this ease anxiety and all that stuff too?
Anxiety is related to high oxidative stress. There are groups of veterans who are taking this for PTSD.
Yes.
It's connected. High oxidative stress is connected to every system in the body, so it is connected with depression.
Yes.
It is connected with cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, epilepsy.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to find that connection.
Yes.
I do all my research on PubMed.gov because I don't trust my health to Google. I go to reputable websites.
True.
With real research. And you can find out. You can go to PubMed.gov. Anybody can.
Yeah.
Search oxidative stress, and whatever you want to see it's connected to, you can easily find a correlation there.
Okay.
So you don't need to have a specific medical study on that.
That's true.
You can connect the dots yourself.
Oh my God, this is so interesting. Well, if you want to find out more, give us your website or your phone number or how how do we research this more and order those supplements?
Yeah, well, I have my website there, kimiko.lifevantage.com. Our company is a publicly traded company and is just at the forefront of nutrigenomics and the biohacking world, which is a new term for many of us.
Yes.
And my phone number is also there. But I welcome conversation. I love to connect people with the research.
Yes.
Because it's kind of mind-blowing. And I've been researching this for 2.5 years, and I was very skeptical. But when I started understanding the black and white science of it, I thought, okay, this is legit, and I really need to share this with people, because after seeing someone you love go through cancer, and the journey and the ups and downs and the tests, and then losing someone who's close to you, and then you start learning about this and thinking, people need to know about this.
And if it runs in your family, like you just said, going back to Alzheimer's, I don't know, would it help slow it down or not necessarily prevent it? Or
there is research coming out now about NRF2 and Alzheimer's and how that impacts.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there is so much information. I could easily connect people with resources.
You could do a whole show on this. You know what I mean, of the different things.
Well, and I have a friend who's a pharmacist, Dr. Pharmacology, and I can talk to her. I did a webinar with her about diabetes.
Yes, it's another thing.
And looking at diabetic injuries, type 1, type 2, and all that looks. And I've done another webinar with a friend who's a nurse practitioner in oncology. And so there are more and more health professionals joining us. Number 11 cardiologists in the world heard about this, started looking at the science, and said, wow, how do I not know about this?
Yes.
And she joined us.
See?
So there's
doctors that are joining you guys and your network. Well, if you want more information, can I say your phone number?
Yes.
559, this is a World Wide Web, 559-999-5932. Check it out. What is your website, lifevantage.com, or your full name?
Kimiko.lifevantage.com.
KimikoLifeVantage.com. Before we let you go, is there anything else that we're forgetting or anything that you want people to know?
Well, I will just say that Washington State University did a study on NRF2, and they coined it as possibly the biggest preventative breakthrough in both therapy and prevention in medical history. I'm not saying that exactly right. I can get it to you if you want that verbatim. But it's pretty profound what this can do, and as far as getting us healthier cell by cell in our body and what that means for overall health, and it's very exciting.
I love it. Well, thank you, Kimmy. And I'm so glad I met you. She's my friend now. And her daughter is adorable. Maybe her and Nico will be going to the prom together.
Ooh, I think we could work that out.
I think so, too. Check out our website. It's very interesting, very up and coming, and it's the future. We'll be this right after back.